While the city sleeps, a satellite screen at the DEA office suddenly lights up. Agent Marcus Holloway is staring at something that shouldn't exist. It's not a fire, nor is it a technical glitch. It is a heat signature, moving underground. Right beneath a warehouse, thought to be abandoned, something is generating massive heat. Industrial ventilation, high-power lighting, generators, all running at full capacity, 40 feet underground. Holloway knows what he's found. A super tunnel of the Arellano Felix cartel. But what Holloway and the 30-man task force prepping their weapons doesn't know is that they aren't the only ones watching this tunnel. On the other end of the line, deep underground, a countdown has begun. And 3 nameless construction engineers are about to pull off the boldest heist in border history, stealing $22 million right under the noses of both the cartel and the FBI. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're not talking about a standard drug bust. We're talking about betrayal, greed, and an escape plan so perfect it seems impossible. A $2 million tunnel, a massive task force, and $22 million in cash, evaporating without a trace in 90 minutes. What really happened on the night of November 4th, 2010? Let's go deep underground to find the answer. To understand the scale of this heist, first, you have to understand where it happened. This isn't some crude dirt hole like in the movies. Let me show you what $2 million in construction costs buys you in the underworld. This tunnel runs 2,100 feet, over 600 meters, connecting a warehouse in Tijuana, Mexico to a warehouse in Otay Mesa, California. To visualize it, that's the length of 7 football fields laid end to end. This is a dark engineering marvel. Perfectly leveled concrete floors, steel-reinforced walls, a dual rail system for rapid cargo movement via carts. Independent ventilation shafts every 100 meters to ensure airflow. LED lighting running the entire length. It even has an automatic drainage system for the rainy season and hydraulic lifts at both ends. To build this, the Arellano Felix cartel didn't hire amateurs. They hired specialists, mining engineers, structural architects, skilled electricians, men who know how to dig 600 meters underground without causing the road above to collapse. These engineers, let's call them the ghosts. They are paid very well, about $50,000 per project. Life-changing money for many. That money buys silence and loyalty. But there is a paradox in the criminal world. When you pay someone too much to protect something, you inadvertently teach them the true value of what they are protecting. And right now, sitting silently under those cold LED lights, protected by those steel walls, is something worth far more than $50,000. Approximately $22 million in cash. Net profit from 6 months of trafficking, packed tightly into sports duffel bags, waiting to be moved back to Tijuana for laundering. The cartel system is perfect. Every 2 weeks, the money is moved. But even a perfect system collapses because of one thing: human nature. Tijuana, November 3rd, 6:15 a.m. A phone rings in a shabby apartment. The man answering is one of the tunnel's lead engineers. Let's call him Diego. Diego has worked underground for 8 months. He's used to the dark. But this call brings a different kind of fear. The number is encrypted. The voice is distorted. But the message is bone-chilling. The DEA found the hole. They raid tomorrow night, November 4th at 10 p.m. You're on your own. The line goes dead. Diego sits frozen in his kitchen, coffee going cold in his hand. He is standing before 2 doors, and both lead to hell. Door number 1 Report it to the cartel. They evacuate, save the money. But Diego? The cartel will never believe he's innocent. They'll suspect he's the snitch. The ending is death. Door number 2, stay silent and run now. But the cartel will hunt him to the ends of the earth. And if the DEA catches him in the raid, he rots in prison. But in his moment of desperation, Diego remembers Hector and Luis, 2 fellow engineers operating the tunnel. The 3 of them had joked about stealing the money. It was just a joke. But now, that joke is the only way out. Diego calls Hector and Luis. The meeting is brief, in a deserted parking lot. Their plan is so insane it's laughable. They aren't planning to just run. They plan to pull off the heist right before the police storm in. Look at this deadly timeline. The DEA strikes at 10 p.m. The cartel usually does a final security check at 8 p.m. That leaves them a narrow window of death. From 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., 90 minutes, to move $22 million. $22 million in cash weighs about 480 pounds. They have to do it right under the cartel's nose and escape right before the DEA kicks down the door. If they are off by 1 second, they will be caught in the crossfire. November 3rd, 2 p.m. DEA San Diego Field Office. The tension here is tight as a wire. 30 agents from the FBI, DEA, and Border Patrol are in a tactical briefing. Agent Holloway points to the map. We go in tomorrow night at 10, simultaneously on both the Tijuana and San Diego sides. I want everyone inside arrested. Someone asks, what about the money? Holloway nods. Intel suggests the vault is full. Could be millions. This will be a financial knockout blow to their operations. The DEA wants a total victory. The arrests, the tunnel, and the cash. They plan every minute in detail. Holloway orders absolute secrecy to avoid tipping anyone off. But Holloway doesn't know that the tip-off already happened. And 3 old wolves are preparing to snatch the prize right out from under them. While the DEA cleans their weapons, in Tijuana, Diego, Hector, and Luis are rehearsing every move. Diego enters from Mexico. Hector enters from the U.S. They meet in the middle. Luis waits with the truck. The only problem, if the cartel decides on a surprise inspection at 8:30, or if the DEA decides to attack earlier than planned, they are playing Russian roulette with 3 bullets in the chamber. November 4th, 2010. 8 p.m. The operation begins. Diego descends the stairs into the tunnel on the Tijuana side, holding a technical clipboard, flashlight, and radio. It looks like a standard maintenance shift. The 2 cartel guards at the entrance just nod. They hate going down there. It's damp and suffocating. That's the first advantage. Diego walks 300 meters into the earth. The air is freezing. And there they are. 12 massive duffel bags lined up against the wall. He unzips one. Stacks of 20s, 50s, and hundreds packed tight. The smell of money, the smell of freedom, and the smell of danger. The radio crackles. I'm in. It's Hector, coming from the San Diego side. Meet at marker 7. 8:15 p.m. They start moving the heavy bags onto the rail carts. The plan is 6 trips, 2 bags per trip. Push the cart 300 meters toward the San Diego exit. Trip 1, 8:23 p.m. Smooth. Trip 2, 8:37 p.m. Smooth. Trip 3, 8:51 p.m. They are ahead of schedule. But right then, Diego's radio crackles again. It's not Hector. A raspy voice. Diego, you still down there? It's the guard from the surface. Diego's heart stops. If he comes down to check and sees Hector and the money moving toward the U.S., Both will be shredded by bullets instantly. Diego tries to keep his voice steady, hand trembling as he keys the mic. Yeah, checking the ventilation fans in Sector 4. Is there a problem? A silence lasts for 3 seconds. 3 seconds that feel like 3 centuries. Boss wants to know how much longer? 20 minutes. Everything is stable. Good, hurry it up. They have no time for fear. Trip 4, 9:03 p.m. Trip 5, 9:16 p.m. Trip 6, 9:28 p.m. All 12 bags have been moved to the San Diego exit. Now the hardest part, getting them to the surface. Luis is waiting at the San Diego warehouse with the truck. Engine running. Hector and Diego use the hydraulic lift to push the cash up. 90 seconds. That's the time it takes them to throw 12 bags worth $22 million into the back of the truck. 9:31 p.m. Luis hits the gas, the truck vanishing into the San Diego night. Just 29 minutes before the DEA breaches the doors. Diego and Hector quickly wipe down fingerprints, lock the tunnel, and disappear in 2 different directions. The tunnel returns to its usual silence. But now it is completely empty. 10 p.m. 0 hour. The Otay Mesa warehouse door is blown off its hinges. Agent Holloway leads the tactical team. FBI, freeze! They rush down the tunnel, weapons drawn, expecting resistance, expecting piles of drugs and cash. But what greets them is silence. No one, no drugs, and most importantly, not a single bill. Holloway walks the length of the 600-meter tunnel. He sees fresh tire tracks in the dust. He sees the marks of heavy items recently moved. He knows for a fact the money was here. And it just vanished. At the same time, in Tijuana, Mexican police raid their side. Same result, a modern tunnel, but empty. The official report states, illegal tunnel discovered and neutralized. No contraband seized. But the report doesn't write a single line about the bitter truth. Someone was exactly 1 step ahead of the DEA. November 5th. The cartel discovers the truth. They lost the tunnel, and they lost $22 million. A bloody manhunt begins immediately. But Diego, Hector, and Luis have evaporated. Where did they go? There are 3 theories. Theory 1. They fled to Central America, Guatemala or Honduras, bought fake identities, and went off the grid. Theory 2. The cartel found them, executed them, and buried them somewhere in the desert, but never announced it to save face. But Theory 3, the one most people believe, they are still alive. 22 million divided by 3. Over $7 million each. Not enough to live like kings publicly, but enough to vanish forever and live a comfortable life in a small town in Europe or South America. The Otay Mesa tunnel was filled with concrete in 2011. It became a concrete tomb for the cartel's ambition. But for those 3 engineers, that night was the night they pulled off the heist of the century. What do you think? Did they escape the cartel's wrath for over a decade? Or did greed make them pay the ultimate price? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the storytelling and subscribe so you don't miss the next mysterious case file. Thanks for watching.